Well, it looks like we're gonna go out, but we're just gonna do a harbor cruise. Probably go out, touch the breakwater, and see how it goes. Enough. He always wants to trim more, so here we're gonna have to trim a little bit. Oh, looking good. All right, you guys jealous yet? If anybody ever takes a shower in here, I kill him. There's no shower. This is strictly for...
That's for putting grease fires out on the stove.
Very nice, exactly. That's for putting out the grease fires. Well, here we are at the marina. It is, what is the day today? March 24th. This is February 24th. And here, an old friend is back. Captain Charles, good to see you, buddy.
Morning.
Yes, thank you so much for coming out.
You're welcome.
Today could be the day. Susanna gets sailed for the first time in 5 years. You see the mast?
Yeah, is that it?
That's it, yeah. You can actually see her from here. Hard for me to see it, but there's a wooden mast there somewhere. All right, we'll see you on board and check her out. We haven't been on board for, gosh, 3 weeks.
They're sharp, even not cut off, you know?
Okay, which of those? Oh, just the little bolt heads.
Where the frames are exposed.
Yeah, yeah.
We should check this to make sure there's grease in there.
Okay.
And then it comes out of a... Oh yeah, no, oh I see. Yeah. Looking at stitches here.
Yeah.
Well, just be careful.
Have you got a flashlight?
Yeah, I can come up with one.
This is the grease tube, right? See where the grease tube meets there? See where the copper pipe comes down?
This one right here, yeah.
Okay, and that's, see where it's all wet there?
Yeah.
That's where it's running down from. So that, I would suspect that's, I don't know if that's cracked or what. I don't know why that's leaking.
That's not the collar, you're saying that the whole housing.
Yeah. So, what do you call that?
I see it, you're right, it's coming in pretty good right there.
Yeah. Well, it's a one complex piece of wood, that. So, yeah, that's not a good thing.
Well, it looks like we're gonna go out, but we're just gonna do a harbor cruise. Probably go out, touch the breakwater, and see how it goes. Just wind is freshening here this afternoon, so it's getting a little choppy out there, but a little up and down the channel should be fine. So what's the plan here?
Go out, throw some sails up, see if we want to venture out into the bumpy stuff. And if it's too bumpy, we won't.
We just tack around. Work the
just put the sails up and then
see how
I doubt the mast will be straight. It'll be a miracle if it is. You know, when we got sail on it.
Yeah.
And then we'll just see how much load we can put on it to see how straight it actually is, and then we can tell the rigger what he's going to do, or we can try it ourselves.
Okay.
But I don't think we're going to do that, right? I mean, we need to go out with fairly flat seas to see whether it goes up in an S or...
Okay, so for right now, we're just going to go put the sails up.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're we're motor sailing. We're not necessarily sailing yet, but we are motor sailing. And we're heading for the entrance to the harbor. Beautiful Ventura Harbor. Getting into the evening time. It's about 2 in the afternoon, 2 or 3. We've got Charles here with us. We're going back in time right now, baby. Back in time.
I'll have a hard-boiled egg and a beer now, please.
Oh yeah. There you are, guys. Gonna have to put this down and do some sailing, even under motor. We got John on the equipment down below, doing our navigating. We're poking our noses out into the weather. Charles has no idea about this port at all. It's all new territory for him. We did it once, yeah.
Way to Catalina.
And a little shallow there. What's the depth? 17. Okay, it just looks a little light. Kind of close to the beach here. Some new equipment. I don't know if I believe this. I don't know if it's calibrated correctly. All right, we're out of the harbor. We're heading for the bell. This is going to be officially our first sail in 5 years. So thanks for sharing the journey. I won't talk too much more. We got to get the Jenny up. There's some pretty good sea here. Just going to, you know, have some fun for a little bit. We'll try to come back on and show it to you. But you can see it's about 5-6 feet here. See you in a little bit. Really quite a beautiful day. So the Channel Islands. All right, well Charles wants, of course, always more. It's never enough. He always wants to trim more, so here we're gonna have to trim a little bit. Oh, looking good. All right, you guys jealous yet?
Now, what we want to do, you can take
Thank
the wheel,
you.
Charlie. I want to look at that fast and see how straight it is.
Okay. He is getting us in and out of port safely,
Yeah.
doing navigation, putting his gear now really to the test.
To the test.
So what's the first thing that you're finding that needs to have happen?
I need to read the manual more. There's a lot of stuff here, and I have to figure out how to get a better heading to give the helmsman a better heading.
Yeah.
That's my first thing. So it's just a minute now. I'm going to go back down and look it up.
All right.
And be all set.
You got a couple of cold beers down there too.
Oh, please. There'll only be one left in a minute.
Charles is checking on the rigging. How's it look?
I think they all need tightening up a bit, particularly the uppers.
The uppers? He's thinking the uppers need to be tightened, Kim. But pretty nice job for first, you know, just putting it together. Never seen the boat. All right, Doug, she's doing good. This isn't just an easy sail right now. We're laying her over pretty nicely. Not quite in the water, but we're getting close. For the first day out. All right, we did our first maneuver. First maneuver, and you know, it's actually a perfect day.
Perfect.
Lovely, lovely. Just the three of us out here. She's sailing along beautifully. I'm pinching it a little bit here. Hang on. Yeah. We're going to just sail her right in now. Right into the slip. Sail her right into the slip.
Right in.
We'll use those reverse sails. We haven't used those for a while. So, yeah, all right. We're falling off. I don't have a course in, but
I haven't put one in yet.
okay. So we're just gonna. But there's the California coast, ladies and germs. That is a power plant over there. And yeah, we're going up into there, into Ventura. Alright, we're getting back into Ventura, and it's always a little tricky here, but as Doug says, you always head for the red bell, just come right up to it, and then head in from there. So we have Charles going to bring in the Jenny. Pressure off of that. Luckily I have this nice big wheel, otherwise I would not be able to hold her so well. I'm going to go off air for a minute. Got some seals there. And we got that head sail pretty much in. Yeah, nice. You're gonna have to jibe, looks like, coming in here. Alright, we're gonna head down. Got the wind direction. Still pretty good. Well, we're through the rough part. Sorry, next time I'll have to roll through there, but we had to pay attention. But we are coming in to the harbor. Under motor sail. Seems like old times?
Old times indeed. So let's try to do the old times where we run aground.
Here's what I would do. Let's go just past the red. Go past the red tool and start making your turn. Go right and then left. Big left in front of that red and green. And then head back out this way.
And then we'll drop.
And we'll drop the main going that way again.
Here's our lovely little harbor. The meat of it's down here. We're going to take our sails down. We are back at the dock. Great first day. Thanks to Charles and to my brother John. It was beautiful out there. Couldn't have been nicer. Susanna did great. We're now going to see, you know, what kind of leaking we see, and if we see any seams, because we were layering her over pretty well over there. It's blowing about 15. It was perfect, really. And now we're going to have this amazing sunset. Look at that, guys.
Did you feel the mast was more or less straight?
Well, I think the uppers need tightening. You know, you can tighten everything up, but a bit more on the uppers.
A bit more on the uppers.
Yeah, the uppers.
Yeah, so what do you think, first day?
Nice.
Did okay?
Just tugged at my heartstrings. 27 years and then a 5-year gap.
And we're back on the job.
Back on the horse.
Back on the horse. Yeah, yeah. All right, now we got to clean her. We got to paint the top sides, get the new upholstery in.
Get it over to Maine.
Get it back to Maine. What?
We don't want the top of the mast back at all, because if you do, then that boom's going to scrape on top of the bimini and the gallows.
Mast it forward.
Yeah, fractionally forward, but or in the same place. But fractionally forward would be okay. But make sure that the forward lowers are tightened up so that it doesn't invert, because there's always a danger of that. You know, it doesn't have an inner forestay or anything like that. So yeah, the forward lowers need to be cranked up a bit, quite a bit, I would say.
All right. Yeah, very good. Cool.
You Aussie?
All right.
Yes.
Oh, great. Well, listen, I'm so glad you guys are talking to each other, because, you know, then I don't have to be the conduit. You can get.
And you know, while you're at it, if you've got a bosun's chair, I guess there's a bosun's chair on the boat. I hope.
No, he's got 10 bosun's chairs.
No, I know. I hope that Susanna.
There is. I've got it.
But we need a Windex. We've got no Windex.
Yeah. Can you help us with that, Kim?
Stick a Windex.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
thank you.
I mean, there was one, and it's not back. So
I don't know what happened to it.
It must have got lost during the process of everything.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, that's essential, because you know, when you're coming back in with the way the wind was today, you're
I don't want to jibe.
Nervous about
Johnny jibed unintentionally.
Yeah, so you know, without a Windex.
Right. Did you guys have to put the mizzen up?
Yeah.
Okay, how'd that look?
Well, I mean,
a little sad.
You know, I'm not. You know, the mizzen to me is a great for the awning and the. It's a good radar post.
Radar post, yeah.
But,
Right.
and it's good for the mizzen staysail, but the mizzen itself doesn't do a whole lot. You know, on a reach, it's not a little bit of boost, but not much.
So here we are looking at Orient's mast. It's been at least a month here. They've been putting many coats on. How many coats would you suggest, Charles, when you did?
16.
16 coats. Now how long would that last?
Yeah.
A year? No. If you want it to last 5 years.
You got to still keep putting coats on.
I mean, no matter what. It's going to eat, the sun's going to eat it.
Yeah. It thins out in the sunlight.
I have it on video. They'll be like, oh. So yeah, the other one must have been, because it looks exactly like this, right? Nice fitting, winch fittings. What a project. This mast probably cost more than Susanna's restoration. So Charles has got a pretty extensive list.
I think I've got it all right now.
Are you good with all that?
Have you got it in your phone? Do you want to have just
Sure.
I've got a Swiss cheese.
Yeah, we got the
Swiss cheese
tighten the forestay tension with the backstay.
Right.
The tension obviously the uppers, and basically tune the rig forward and aft lowers also. And that might be an ongoing process after the boat gets sailed.
Sure.
We've got a shackle for the tack of the main. We got a Windex and extender to put on. We got the mast boots and tapes for both masts to do, and we got winches to
service.
service, yeah.
Great. So that's all in your wheelhouse, Kim? You're good with all that stuff?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh, beautiful.
and
Thank
can you make us up a cable for the dinghy?
Let's drop
A lock cable, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Just a vinyl coated thing that we can kind of, you know, if the eye's big enough, we'll just feed it through its eye on the bow, and then take it to.
Yeah, what I usually do is you know, put a thimble in one end and the other end not, so it can collapse and go through something fairly small.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So it probably wants to be what,
you don't
about
even need
15 feet long?
Yeah. I don't think you even need a thimble on either.
Is there a little dinghy?
You know, if you do big enough.
Doug is saying we should look at the water line.
I see. So that's the vent underneath the end of Pasadena.
Yeah. We're running our little dinghy, our little 8. It's got a little get up and go. If the harbor patrol don't get us. Well, Charles, thanks for coming up. You know, it made a big difference. Got a lot of done this week. I hope to see you in this fall for the racing.
Oh, well, it's a good chance I'll be stuck on Valero.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, if you give me the weekend in advance.
We'll figure it out, yeah. Right there. All right. There we are. Where are you going?
Oh, this is it?
That's it. Oh, that's it. What's that? Disorientated. Disorientated.
Disorientated. No,
It was all the height threw you off.
You got to put it across those two things.
All right, we're glad to have Doug now helping us. We're apparently not done with restoring Susanna. This is the 2nd season. Oh wait, 6th season. All right, we're on board with Doug, and we're talking about the leaking. There is some leaking. We have not been able to stop the boat from leaking, so he's just showing us where it probably is leaking from.
Right. So, if it's from one of these 3 places, it can easily migrate forward, up, and so forth.
So we see where it's kind of coming from.
Yeah. So what we're seeing now, we're good on the port side.
Yeah.
But on the starboard side of the shaft log timber, it's where that little trickle is. It could be dead center, but because the boat's heeled a little bit to starboard, it might be just running over there. It's the same as it's been for 3 months. So it's probably something out here that's more of a mechanical fix than a wood repair. Otherwise it would have swollen up and stopped.
Okay, unless it's so open, like you said, that big seam, well, which we'll see now when we pull it out in 4 weeks.
See the rest of the bottom, when you pull it out, it's gonna be dry. In a few hours, it'll dry out.
Okay, but
just leave the water in here, because it'll be in those pockets.
Right.
And
we'll see.
And it always migrates, of course, downhill. Sometimes uphill, but water, and the water line's way up here. So you have a little bit of water pressure too.
Yeah.
Not much, but
a little bit.
So it can go in any direction, really. And I'm thinking this epoxy joint, where this fairing piece comes in, and then there's another joint that opened when the boat was out of the water for 4 years that we just left alone, thinking it would swell back up. And when we hauled it out after a couple of weeks, it had kind of swelled up.
Yeah.
You know, so we'll see. There you go.
All right, thank you.